All right, so we're really diving deep today with this one. We've got excerpts from Self-Help Addict, which is by Daniel Gefen. And I gotta say, this is not your typical self-help guru.
Yeah, Gefen is a different breed, that's for sure.
Yeah.
He's like, what? A serial entrepreneur who's been through the ringer, like near bankruptcy?
Yeah.
Running a business from a hotel lobby? Talk about hustle.
Wait, back up a sec. Running a business from a hotel lobby. Okay, I'm intrigued. What kind of business are we even talking about here?
So it all started with a call answering service.
Okay.
Not exactly glamorous, right?
Right.
But this is where Gefen's like superpower comes in. He's got this knack for seeing what people need, and then bam, he just fills that gap.
And the story about his wife.
Oh yeah.
Convincing his wife to marry him.
Classic Gefen.
Who plays spin the bottle, but like with life goals written on each section on a first date.
Bold move.
Bold.
And it totally sums him up. He's audacious, right? And he just marches to the beat of his own drum.
Oh, totally.
And it's not just in his personal life. You see it in his career, too, with his ventures. Like, he decided to outsource his entire business at one point. I mean, how many people would even think about that?
And then there's that whole thing about retiring at 31.
Right.
Only to get bored and jump right back into the game.
Restless spirit,
Clearly.
He's all about this like constant evolution.
Yeah.
From the call answering service to podcasting to building a whole podcast booking business. He sees the opportunity and he's like, game on. And it's not just about luck. He's actively looking for those openings and adaptable. You got to be adaptable, right?
Yeah.
He's ready to pivot when he needs to.
This isn't just like a biography of this guy, though, right?
Oh, absolutely not.
Gefen's book, Self-Help Addict.
Yeah.
It's packed with advice.
Oh, yeah.
From his own experience.
Uh-huh.
And from interviewing a ton of high achievers on his podcast.
Right.
He's giving us the gold nuggets.
And he doesn't shy away from the kind of the downsides of like the self-help world either,
Right.
He admits to like falling into the trap himself.
Yeah.
Being a self-help addict. You read all these books.
Oh, yeah.
And you get all fired up.
Motivated.
Yeah, motivated, but are you actually doing anything?
Right. I think so many people can relate to that.
Yeah.
It's so easy to just get stuck in that cycle of consuming, but not actually doing. So what does Gefen say do about it?
Action. Take action.
Okay.
That's the key. It's not enough to just, have the knowledge. You got to apply it. You got to make something with it. And this is where his whole like canvas strategy for networking comes in.
Canvas strategy. I need you to like break this down for me. What is this canvas strategy?
Okay, so imagine a blank canvas, right?
Right.
You're an artist.
Right.
But instead of thinking about networking as like, what can you do for me? You approach it like, how can I create something beautiful for everyone?
So it's more about like generosity and helping other people shine.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Instead of what can I get, it's what can I give?
I like it.
Right.
Yeah.
And the best part is often those acts of generosity, they come back to you. Sometimes in ways you never expected.
It's about playing the long game.
Absolutely.
Building those genuine relationships.
Oh, 100%.
And there was a story in the book, right?
Mm.
About the friend who got hacked.
Oh, yeah.
And Gefen connects him with like a cybersecurity expert.
Yeah.
That's a perfect example of the canvas strategy in action.
Perfect example. And you know what? They actually ended up becoming really good friends too.
Shoot.
It's about like recognizing the potential for connection everywhere.
I like that. It reminds me of that other concept he talks about, building a nation of 1,000 true fans.
Oh, yes.
It's quality over quantity.
100%.
When it comes to like your people.
Yeah, your tribe. It's not about chasing those big numbers. Forget about trying to appeal to everyone. You want people who genuinely connect with you, with your work. People who want to support you, on your journey.
It's so important, especially now.
Oh, tell me about it.
Social media, right. All about the numbers.
All about the like.
So easy to get caught up in that.
Lose sight of the real connections.
And Gefen's not afraid to like put himself out there either.
Oh, no. He tells this great story in the book about how he built his own true fan base.
What did he do?
He just asked people. Straight up asked them, do you consider yourself one of my true fans?
That's bold.
Bold move. But it worked.
It shows you how much he values those connections. He's not afraid to be direct, to cut through the noise. Okay, so we've covered a lot of ground here. Action over just information, right?
Right.
That canvas strategy, so interesting.
It's a good one.
And finding your tribe, those true fans. But Gefen doesn't just stop there.
No, not all.
He goes deep on mindset.
Oh, yeah.
Which honestly might be like the biggest takeaway from all of this?
It's huge. He talks about, like, rewriting your script,
Okay.
basically changing those beliefs that are holding you back, those ones.
Yeah, those limiting beliefs.
Yeah.
But how do you actually do that?
Yeah.
Is it as easy as just like deciding to think differently?
It's more like you got to act as if the new belief is already true.
Interesting.
Even if you don't totally believe it yet. Like, Gefen tells this story, right? He always thought he was a total night owl.
Yeah.
Could never be a morning person. But then he decides to change his script. So he sets his alarm, gets out of bed right away, starts this whole new routine.
And it worked.
It did. He basically, like, trained his brain to be a morning person.
Wow. So it's like our actions can change our beliefs just as much as our beliefs can change our actions.
Exactly. It's powerful stuff.
It is powerful. But let's be real, like, life isn't always about positive thinking and crushing it every single day.
True enough.
We all have those days when we're just blah.
Oh, for sure.
Unmotivated.
Dragging.
Gefen talks about that too, right?
It does. He calls it zombie mode.
Zombie mode.
You ever feel like you're just going through the motions, no energy, no real motivation?
Oh, all the time. Some days, even a triple espresso doesn't work.
Yeah.
So what does he do about it?
He's big on what he calls pattern interrupts.
Okay.
Things that, like, shock your system out of that rut.
Like what? Give me some examples.
Fresh air, get moving, even cold showers.
All right, cold showers might be a bit much for me. But I get the idea. It's about breaking out of that negative headspace, right?
Exactly that.
Whatever it takes to get that energy and motivation back.
100%.
And this actually connects to something else he talks about, the whole being versus becoming thing.
Oh, right, yeah. He talks about finding that balance between accepting yourself for who you are now while, like, still wanting to grow and evolve.
That is so key, I think.
Absolutely.
It's so easy to get caught up in achieving that you forget to even, like, enjoy the process.
The journey is just as important as the destination, right? And, Gefen's own story is proof. This is a guy who's achieved incredible things, but he's also open about the tough times, the lessons he's learned along the way.
It makes him relatable. So for our listeners out there, if they're feeling overwhelmed by, like, the whole self-help world, or just not sure where to even begin, what's the one thing they should take away from Gefen's book, Self-Help Addict?
Embrace the discomfort. It's simple, but so powerful.
Embrace the discomfort.
He learned this the hard way after his wife had a health scare. It really forced him to figure out what really mattered,
Wow.
And it was by going through those challenges, by pushing past his comfort zone, that he found out what he was really capable of. And ultimately, I think, found a much deeper appreciation for life.
It's not about taking the easy road. It's about embracing the messiness, the challenges, the growth.
100%. It's in those moments of discomfort that we often discover our greatest strengths. So the question for you is, what seemingly impossible challenge are you ready to tackle? What discomfort will lead you to your greatest achievement?
Some great food for thought for our listeners today, and that's our deep dive on Self-Help Addict by Daniel Gefen.